name's Lynn Mathre. I'm a registered nurse, master's prepared, president of the Patients Out of Time. We're here at the Patients Out of Time Conference, the 10th National Clinical Conference on Cannabis Therapeutics.
Well, congratulations on that, by the way. It's the first thing I saw when I did research on YouTube, and I was so impressed. So, great job.
Thank you.
Any outstanding moments over the years that you can think of? I'm sure there have been many.
So many. This is our 21st anniversary. Started in 1995, and the thing that got us going with that was the federal IND program for patients. There were 15 patients in the investigational new drug program, the federal government giving cannabis to patients. They had to fill out their physician had to fill out a whole bunch of paperwork. It was a big process, but it closed in 92 with 15 patients. By 1995, there were only 8 of them left alive, and that precipitated us starting this. To date, Patients Out of Time, with the federal patients, there are only 4 living and only 2 still in the program, because their first doctor, 2 of the patients, their physician moved and did not continue the protocol, and it takes a special doctor willing to go to the DEA and get a Schedule I license to be their doctor. So that was one interesting thing in terms of Patients Out of Time. But I think the other, we've gone through a lot of roadblocks. One of the interesting ones was it took us 5 years to get our first conference. So here we are celebrating our 10th. People might wonder why 21st anniversary and only 10 conferences. We started out as biennial, but it took us 5 years to get our first conference. So the first one was in 2000. And then in 2015, with our 20th anniversary, we moved into an annual event because the research is exploding everywhere, and people clearly need to know about medical cannabis and the endocannabinoid system. So I think that's the other big event for Patients Out of Time, is to really try to spread the word about this system in our body that everyone needs to know about. It should be in high school anatomy and physiology courses. It should be in every medical school, nursing school. Still not there, so we've got a long way to go.
Are you worried about the reclassification of medical marijuana from a 1 to a 2 that opens the door to big pharmacy?
Well, yeah. As far as cannabis is, it's a plant. We've got Marinol in Schedule 3. Marinol, for those who don't know, or dronabinol, is THC, synthetic THC in sesame oil. So that's pure THC. Today's argument is the marijuana is stronger and stronger, whether it's 20% THC or whatever. And it's like, well, it's never going to be stronger than the pure stuff. And that's in Schedule 3, much lower. Cannabis in Schedule 1, the forbidden category. Schedule 2 puts it in with cocaine, methamphetamine, oxycodone, dilaudid morphine. It clearly doesn't belong there. It should be removed completely. It's a plant. Anyone should be able to grow it, a natural plant. It's not psychoactive unless you do take it, dry it, smoke it, etc. But it should be available completely. So yeah, I'm concerned about the pharmaceutical industry taking over. At the same time, there is room for them. There's room for them to make various skin products, topical applications, the concentrates. We want them regulated for patients so that they know consistency, quality control for their product. If I'm going to go to a store, or if I decide, if the physician prescribes something for me, or if I was going to go in over-the-counter medication, you see expiration dates, you see the ingredients, there's standard, it's been regulated. So patients should have that. There's room for pharmaceuticals to have their products. But there is a fear. Going to Schedule 2, it still means a lot of patient control. It still means just 1 month prescription because it's so toxic. That's the whole idea. We're dealing with drugs that people die if they take too much, etc. And you've got a plant that cannot kill people. It should be available off the schedules completely.
And any goals for this next year? What's your focus?
Well, next year, actually, we do have the theme for the conference. We don't have our location yet, but we're looking at the neuroprotective effects of cannabis. And you can think from the seizure disorders, which the young children with the terrible seizure problems, or anyone else with seizures, traumatic brain injury, post-traumatic stress, the mood disorders, neurological disorders, whether it be ALS, multiple sclerosis, spinal cord injuries, and to just show how cannabis and the endocannabinoid system, when it's healthy, is neuroprotective. So we really want to let that out to a lot of the people out there. Pain management as well for neuropathic pain caused by nerve damage.
So, what is your mission statement?
We're pretty simple. Patients Out of Time is a 501c3 educational charity, and our mission is to educate healthcare professionals and the public about the endocannabinoid system and the therapeutic use of cannabis.
Great. And I just want to thank you again. And anything else you need to say? Oh, you're on live radio.
Oh, thank you, Shelley. Yeah, Time for Hemp is it's on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Time for Hemp Radio on iHeartRadio, and Patients Out of Time has a show, Cannabis Patients Out of Time, where we try to bring in patients and or their families or other people to talk about the patient situation. And then we have another one, we do Healthy Mondays on the Time for Hemp series, an hour show. And that's pretty much bringing in experts to try to answer questions and to keep people updated on the research. Every day something new is being discovered about either cannabis or the endocannabinoid system.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.